Hey guys, technical difficulty, just a second.
Oh no.
Real quick. Oh, there we
There we
are.
are. What's up, guys?
Welcome back to another live episode of...
Not enough thumbs.
That was exciting.
Okay, so we have 4 movies for you this time. We did some watching this week.
Yeah. We're really enjoying this season.
Yes. This month.
This month of episodes.
Sports. Who would have thunk it? We would like sports movies, but there's some really good ones. All right, so the first one is Soul on Fire from 2025.
All right. What? Is that a surfing one? Who is that?
No. That is the boy that got burned.
Oh, yeah. I caught a little bit of that in the beginning.
Oh, you didn't watch it. That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it must have been me and Kale that watched, or me and
It looked really good.
Guess that watched it. The Soul on Fire, the boy got burned.
Like 100%
Anyway,
of his body.
this boy, he was with his friends saw the bunch of boys hanging out, and they were playing with fire. Basically, they were shooting gasoline into a line on the ground and then throwing a match at it and seeing it blow up. Well, they wouldn't let him play because they called him a nerd. They didn't want him to play. So he decides to go home and try it himself in his garage. It didn't work so well. So it ended up blowing up his garage, starting him on fire because he was covered in gasoline. So he had burns over 100% of his body. And it burned their house down. And the family had 6 kids. So he was one of 6 kids in that family. So it was basically him fighting for his life from the age of 9. And then, the movie starts with him kind of going back and telling his story to a group of kids, what happened to him and how he was able to overcome this. But the reason it's a sports movie is because he played some baseball. So he got to play some baseball, even though he didn't really have fingers because his fingers were burned off. But he went and he kind of taught everyone everywhere he went what life really meant, what it was all about. Sometimes it's not what you pictured it to be.
So I just want to go back real quick to the beginning of the movie, how it all happened, right when it happened. The thing that was just visually shocking to me, and I can't imagine what this would have been like in real life, but after the explosion, his whole body is just on fire, and then he runs into the house, and his family, little by little, starts seeing what's happening, and just...
So he's running through the house, and things in the house then are starting on fire because the fire is falling off of him onto everything else around him. So
I just can't imagine seeing that and what they...
Well, and looking down at your little brother who's in flames.
Yeah. I mean, what...
So actually his older brother, who is in charge of them during this moment, carried him, or he was running through the house, and he ended up carrying him outside and rolled him in the grass and threw a blanket over him and, basically dabbed out the fire. Yeah. But it said in the movie, most people know to stop, drop, and roll, but he said, I did the opposite. I just started running. I freaked out and started running and was screaming for help. And
can't imagine that kind of pain.
So, kids, stop, drop, and roll. Do not run through your house burning. Roll around, and you're going to end up putting the fire out. If you're covered in gasoline, it's not going to go out as easily because that fire is going to want to burn out that gasoline. So that would be a very unfortunate case. But have a fire blanket in your house, y'all. Have a fire blanket because those things will put out a flame in the kitchen. They'll put out a flame wherever they might be if they're small enough to fit under the fire blanket. So definitely have one of those in your house. It's a great idea. If your kids start on fire, make sure they know where they are so they can put themselves out, rolling on the ground or whatever. But
eliminate one of those things from the fire triangle.
Right. mean, prevention is key. So teach your kids not to play with fire.
Yeah.
And if their friends are doing it, that doesn't mean they should be doing it. And they definitely should never play with fire alone.
Yeah, he fell under peer pressure just trying to be...
Well, he was just a stupid kid. He just didn't think about it, and the older kids were doing it, and so he figured he was fine, but he was not, because he was shooting gasoline at things that were flammable and then threw a match at it. So
just like that moment changed his life forever.
bad decision. Yeah. Yeah. So he kind of went through a lot in his days trying to
I like
overcome.
how he was dumbfounded by the question. I think, let's see, what did some of the kids ask him? What would he do different, and how did he? I don't know. They asked. He didn't know how to answer the questions because it just did. It never occurred to him.
Yeah, because he's just always lived with it and always dealt with it. But yeah. They asked him questions about how do you do this? How did you do that? What made you do this?
Yeah.
And he's just like, because he just lived life.
Yeah, exactly. He just lived life, exactly.
So
became very successful. So this story, it's an overcoming story.
Yeah. So rating it, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good.
Cool.
Would I choose to watch it all the time? No, but it was a good story. It was a really good story. And it was well done.
Cool. I'd finish it.
Because he didn't finish it.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Soul on Fire from 2025. The next one is Big George Foreman. So we figured we did a bunch of baseball, so we were going to try to branch out and do something a little different. And Guest wanted some fighting movies, so we did Big George Foreman from 2023. So of course, per the name, this is about George Foreman. And kind of his story from beginning to end.
I think we were in the middle of having some dinner, so I was on and off watching this one. I would love to watch this one from the very beginning. It just looked really, really great, but she's right. It covered his whole life from childhood through end of his career, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess I had never really known about his relationship things. Like, he was married and had a daughter and then cheats on his wife and leaves her. They separate and he ends up finding God and remarrying.
Just like that, too. He
and had, 9 kids after that. So he had a total of 10 kids.
Did he faint and wake up and that's when he said,
No.
I found Jesus?
No.
When did he say that?
He was in church, and what did it happen?
Because I thought he ended up going to church. I thought he woke up.
He had a dream.
Details. Oh, maybe that's what it was.
He had a dream. Yeah, like a vision kind of thing, I guess.
He started preaching. Mm-hmm. And there was kind of one tragic moment because he was a young Christian at that point where he was approached by a parent and son, and she wanted her son to learn how to fight, and he kind of just brushed him off instead of meeting him where he was. And then the next day, I think the kid died. He saw on the news, says, "Hey, that's the kid that I saw at church." And he felt bad about it, so that was kind of a growing moment for him. And he said he should have met that kid where he was instead of I guess where that he wanted that kid to be.
And that was why he opened the youth center.
Yeah. Yep.
So he had that big fight with
Ali.
And so they were rivals at first, but when he opened his youth center, he actually opened it with Muhammad Ali. So
yep, and dedicated a part of it to him. You could see Ali's name on there.
Yeah. The counseling part of it, or the career part center thing. But yeah, it was a really good story, just kind of about his life and how he built it all up and how he left boxing and then came back after retirement. Retirement at 30.
Yeah.
But he retired completely, gained a bunch of weight, let himself go, and then had to kind of come back from that, and then again win the world championship.
It was, a really great story of redemption and how his faith made him whole.
Yeah.
And I was used to the George Foreman grill face, so I only knew him being bald and kind of overweight. But when he was in his prime, he was just a tank.
Tall, yeah, and
Just
skinny,
ripped and
built.
yeah. I mean, this guy was something else.
Yeah. So I think it was a well done movie.
Really, yeah. I thought it
Really
was
well
really,
done.
really good.
Yeah. So what would you rate it?
I think I'd give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, even though I kind of, was kind of on and off watching it, I would totally watch it again and enjoy it. But everything that I saw and got to sit down through, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I say that's a good rating. 8.5 to a 9.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so give it a watch. It's a really well done movie. So Big George Foreman 2023. The next one is Love Kennedy from 2017. It's Love, Kennedy.
Oh, I didn't see this one either.
I know. So this one was good until we got to the end. This was about a girl who was just very much alive. A lot of life to her, a lot of love, a lot of joy and love for religion, for her beliefs, and she lived her life just always showing everyone around her how she felt, how she loved. Well, she all of a sudden started getting sick or had these weird bruises, and she was starting to lose her vision or getting weird vision going on. And her parents brought her to all these specialists, and at first they were saying there's nothing wrong with her. We can't find anything. We don't see anything. And they said, well, she's losing her sight. There's got to be something going on. So they finally found a specialist that found out what she had, and I forget what the disorder was called, but it was a degenerative disease that would eventually take her muscle response. So she would lose all of her muscle responses. So it wasn't MS or anything like that. It was something very, very strange. And they said it was a really, really rare disease. And
does that mean she would have been paralyzed or something else?
Well, it started with it's more of your cognitive.
Oh.
You lose your cognitive and motor skills.
Okay.
So the fine motor skills, mostly. And so as the movie progresses, you're kind of seeing her disease progressing also and kind of taking her away little by little. She'd always wanted to be a cheerleader, and she was already at the point where she was losing her mobility. But the cheerleading squad at her little Christian school let her onto the squad. And so she kind of became a shining star on their squad, I guess, even though she didn't have the ability to do all of the cheers and do everything full out. She was kind of always encouraging to everybody, and she gave it her all, even if her all was half of what everyone else was doing.
And mentally, she was intact?
She was starting to lose her ability to communicate.
Oh, wow.
She could think and reason and,
Yeah.
but she was losing her ability to kind of communicate and to connect action with thought kind of thing. So you kind of see her slowly. Well, at the end, and it was several years before the disease finally took her away. But in the end, her friends were all there, and she had kind of this boy that was seeing her for a little bit, and he was there. And so they were all at her bedside right before she died. But then after she died, then they started having the movie had these weird things like even earlier it said that she saw visions. She saw visions of her dead grandmother rocking her. She would say that her dead grandmother was rocking her in her rocking chair in her room. And the family was just like, yeah, okay, we believe it. She has grandma whoever is rocking her, you know. To me, that doesn't happen, y'all. That's weird. That's like ghosty weirdness stuff, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's no, sorry.
Unfinished business.
Right, that's not normal. Not a children, young children, that's not normal. Right? It's not. And so after she died, her friends said that one of her friends was in her room laying on her bed crying because she had died, and she felt her mattress go down, like Kennedy was sitting on the side of her bed, and she heard her whispering something to her and touched her hand, and then she left. Okay, creepy
Yeah.
Von creepy.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, it's Jehovah's Witness was who created the movie. It was a Jehovah's Witness movie.
I see.
So it was all of their whatever it is that
Did it
they
say that in the
believe.
credits?
It said it right in it,
Right
and
there.
it kind of gave a whole big ad for
Really? Oh, interesting.
Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
So then it had the missionaries, and the friend was supposed to listen to the missionaries, and then she had told her friend when after she was dead, when she went and sat in her bed all creepy like,
Yeah.
told her the missionaries are coming. Listen to the missionaries. Believe everything that they say.
That's a little weird.
It was weird. It got weird. So it was good all the way up until they switched it and threw in all of that propaganda at the end. So, yeah, I think
Was this an
what
autoplay?
could have been. No, I mean, we chose it because it looked good. It sounded good, and there was nothing in the trailer that made it look like it was anything like that.
Bait and switch.
Bait and switch. So beware. If you don't want to be preached to by Jehovah's Witness, do not watch this movie.
Or it,
All I gotta say.
Even if it was that, it just sounds like they did
It's
it in
creepy.
a creepy way.
It was good up until the creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, what could have been a good movie just turned creepy real fast.
Yeah.
Um,
Some Christian movies do some
Are over the
real,
top.
real cheesy
Yeah.
things too.
Yeah. So this one is one of those. So that's gonna hurt my rating on this one. I would never watch it again.
I mean, it's part of enjoying the movie, right? If
Yeah, and
how
I
does
was
the
like,
movie make you feel?
"Ooh, okay, this
Yeah.
is just weird."
Yeah.
And the whole creepy grandma part from earlier, and I thought, well, maybe it'll, like I always do, maybe it'll redeem itself and it won't be creepy. You'd think we would learn
30
that if it
minutes
starts out
later.
creepy and we say, "Ooh, creepy," will this redeem itself? No, it probably will not. It probably will not.
Usually does not. That was like that one Frankenstein movie that we
I
watched.
know, and you always hope. You always hope.
Yeah.
We always hope, and we always try, and we always finish the dang thing, and then we're
Give
disappointed.
Give these creative minds a chance.
So I give it a 3.
Ooh.
Sorry. I give it a 3.
Does not recommend. That's what
Yeah.
that means.
Yeah. I give it a 3 out of 10. So, unless you're Jehovah's Witness, probably don't
Or
watch it.
you're making a drinking game out of watching a movie with something weird happening.
Oh man. Okay, so that's that. Love Kennedy 2017. And then we went back to baseball. After that, we went ahead to Major League from 1989. The reason we got into that one is I said I would really love a sports comedy, and he goes, Major League.
What-
And so that's
this
what we
19?
have. 1989.
Okay.
So you've got Charlie Sheen,
Tom Berenger.
Wesley Snipes.
Corbin. The dad from Psych. Corbin Burnson or something like that.
Yeah.
He was the
so
dad.
a lot of big names in this one,
Yeah.
right? So Charlie Sheen was Sheenan, and he had no sleeves on any of his outfits. So
And he-
even fancy outfits, he cut all the sleeves off.
had the goofiest. I want to get this haircut. You want to cut my hair into triangles?
No,
Triangles.
no,
in the
it was
back?
lightning bolts.
Lightning bolts. Yeah. It's the
Oh,
goofiest.
sides.
I felt like I was watching The Naked Gun, just slapstick comedy. It was really funny.
But it was really funny. I mean, it's a good. You don't have to think. You don't have to analyze the movie. It's just stupid funny.
It's been such a long time since I've seen this, and I forgot how good it was. Kind of like when we watched The Sandlot. Been years since I had seen that and thought, wow.
Typical 80s movie. You guys, people knew how to make movies in the
They
80s.
did.
What the heck happened? Why can't we get talent in filmmaking like we had in the 80s?
It's because they're busy making the 10th installment of the Blue Aliens.
I thought you were going to say Spider-Man and I was going to hang you from your toes.
Yeah, there's 20 of those.
Seriously, how many Spider-Men do we need?
Yeah.
85?
Need
I
one
think
more-
not. Stop.
One more actor to do
Have-
Spider-Man.
Some new creativity. Be creative.
So Major League was, man, it was so funny.
Yes, Major League was good.
So funny.
A lot of funny.
There's a few plot lines in there with I guess the concept
Definitely
was,
adult comedy,
Yeah.
right? So,
and the concept was the new owner wanted the team to tank because they hadn't been doing great anyway, and if they tanked, there was a lot of incentive for her to get the team to
move.
completely lose and to move to Florida where she would just be set up pretty much.
But the team
wasn't
made
having
a
that.
statue of her, or
Yeah.
a billboard of her,
A
whatever you
cutout,
call it.
like a
Cutout. There we go. Yes,
Yeah.
cutout of
life
her.
size cutout.
Nude.
No,
And
she had,
put,
I guess she had underwear and
underwear and a bra,
and
I
it wasn't
guess.
quite a bra, but they covered.
They covered the nips. And they put clothing over her in patches where every time they won, they got to take off a patch.
Yeah,
So they had incentive.
yeah.
Their coach knew how to motivate that group of dirty guys.
And this coach, his voice, there's
So
no
deep.
mistaking this guy's voice.
Yes.
Yeah,
So deep. Great movie.
super. It's
Lots of
funny.
fun.
It's
It is funny.
Really funny.
Yep. So it's a definite, you should watch it if you've never seen it. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Wild Thing. Wow, here's the picture. Yeah,
So that one for me is an 8.5 also.
yeah, 8.5.
8.5 for Major League
So-
from 1989.
The two that came to mind when she said sports comedy, was this one and one we haven't watched yet, but it's Mr. Baseball with Tom Selleck.
Why is there so many baseball movies?
There are a lot of baseball movies.
I mean, there's a bunch of good football ones too. Maybe we need
We
to.
haven't seen a good Rudy. That's supposed to be really
Yeah,
good.
Rudy's good. And isn't Green Mile? That's a football.
Green Mile. I thought that was about a guy in jail.
No, that's not the one then. What's the one I'm thinking of? That he failed in the pros, and so he came back to, or his only choice really was to kind of go back and coach
And coach.
this team, and so he takes over the team. I can't remember. I'll have to look that
What
up.
sport?
But it's based football.
Is football?
Yeah. And then of course there's Blindside, but I feel like we reviewed Blindside not long ago. That's also football.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There's some good hockey ones.
Oh, Miracle.
Miracle
We
is a
have to
good
see
hockey
Miracle,
one. So
yeah.
maybe we'll throw
Yeah.
in some
Different sports.
different sports. So we got a little bit of fighting, and we got a little bit of a lot of baseball.
We're in the middle of one of 4 apparently arm wrestling movies.
They were.
Yeah.
Not I.
We didn't finish it. It was just one that we like to watch.
Yeah, so we'll try to switch it up and not have all baseball for next week, but
I don't know. I mean, we're not doing it on purpose.
no, it's just that's what is funny and what's free and what pops up for us.
yeah, yeah.
If you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear your suggestions. We want to kind of watch what you like too, so we can get some variety and see what else is out there. So, and clearly I'm not picking well.
What do you mean?
I struck out with Love Kennedy and so maybe I should not be the picker.
Well, the
Maybe
Soul
it
on
should be you.
Fire. I mean, it
Yeah,
sounds
that
like
was
Love
good.
Kennedy was the only dud. Sounds like.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, so give us some suggestions. We would love to kind of watch what you like. Check us out on Tuesday for our Tuesday movie review.
Yep. Thanks for all the views. I
All
can't
right.
explain the YouTube algorithm. Sometimes our shorts will get lots of views, and
Yeah.
sometimes they'll get just 0 or whatever.
And it tends to be on movies where we're like, oh, that got so many views.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have expected it.
Really
So
bizarre.
anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and he's slacking.
Oh, there we go.
Like, subscribe, and ding it. And check us out on Tuesday.
There you go. I swept them away.
All right, guys.